What's up, everybody? I'm super excited for this ritual. It's already recording. This is our New Year's Eve ritual. If you do not have a journal and a pen, definitely get one because it's crucial. You actually cannot do this without that. So it doesn't have to be a journal. It could be a piece of paper. And I decided to do something I've never done before. I'm going to go live on Instagram for this. See what happens over there. They won't be able to see you. Can everyone also make sure everyone muted? No, let me mute Isabella. She was not. Cool. And are you over? Y'all are in the chat box. You can access it. I don't think you'll need it, but all right, here's the deal. So let me take a second to hit the go live on Instagram button. I'm not really going to pay attention to the Instagram people, but I'm just going to invite them along for the ride if they want to. If they want a ritual with us. Let me see, checking the connection. All right, I'm now live on Instagram. I'm live on Zoom over here. Welcome, everyone. If you are just joining on Zoom, do me a favor and mute yourself. You should have been automatically muted, but this is our power, our wild soul New Year's Eve ritual. And when I was feeling into what would be the best possible ritual we could do, I decided to share a practice that I do, not necessarily daily, but probably 4 or 5 times a week. So anyone who's joining us on Instagram over here, I am live streaming on Instagram the New Year's Eve ritual that I'm running here on Zoom. So if you would like to join us on Zoom, you can go to wildsoulmovement.com/NYE2018. Because I can never figure out, do we call it New Year's 2018 because it's still 2018? Is it New Year's 2019? I think it's 2019 because it's the eve of 2019, right? Maybe I'll get it right next year. So we're doing the New Year's Eve ritual. The only thing you need is a notebook and a pen. And so we're going to start out by taking a moment to really connect in with your body. And we're going to do that by breathing. If this was a different kind of video and I wasn't sitting at my desk, we could do a little more moving around and stuff like that. But if I stand up, it messes up the whole setup. You guys will be like looking at my stomach. It'll be awkward. Or just my titties will be on the camera. I crack myself up. Not that some people would be upset about that, but they should be paying me money, you know? You know what I'm saying? Anyway. So take a big deep breath, close your eyes. And we're going to take several breaths here. So as you breathe in, just imagine spaciousness inside your body. As you breathe out, imagine releasing anything that doesn't need to be in your body. And the best part is when we're doing embodiment work, when we're doing energy work, when we're connecting in with our wild souls, you don't have to identify, analyze, or think about everything. You don't need to know what it is. You can literally just have the intention that whatever wants to come in, comes in, whatever wants to go, can go. And, I've already said a little protection prayer for us before we begin, so we can really make sure, but I want you to also set this intention for yourself to make sure that whatever guidance, whatever wisdom, whatever messages that you're going to get during this ritual will be truly from your highest part of yourself, from your wild soul, that you're connecting in with your heart, and that it is just what is best for you. It is what's truest for you, okay? And those of you, and I see many names here on the Zoom, and I see some names here on Instagram as well, you all know me, a lot of you. You've been doing things with me for a while. So although we like to get deep and spiritual and esoteric, I'm always, always, always going to keep it so simple. So if you're just joining us, I see a few people are still just hopping on now. Do me a favor, if you're hopping onto Zoom, make sure you mute yourself. And if you're on Instagram, you're fine. I can't hear you, but you're going to want a notebook and a pen, unless you have like an amazing photographic memory, okay? So here's what we're going to do. And you can even, if you want to, close your eyes. That is something I always like to do because it helps me. Just eliminating one sense enhances the other senses, right? And by the way, I wore this lime green hoodie thing that my mom got me for Christmas. She knows I love neon stuff. I can't help myself. But the reason for wearing it is because of the idea of, shining, going into the new year, being big and bright. There's always something, any of us, there's always some more shining we could do. There's always some more bigness, brightness, some kind of expression that we can expand into and grow into and share with the world. And whether that world is your own immediate circle of people, whether it is, you have a purpose, you have a platform, you work in an organization, whatever it is, you always put these things in the context of your own stuff, y'all. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Continue to take a couple of big breaths, and I'm going to guide you through some prompts. So you want to have your journal and pen. If you close your eyes, that's fine. But the big invitation here is not to think. So some of you might want to keep the hands that you don't write with. You might want to keep that hand on your heart or on your belly, wherever you feel most connected to your wild soul, to your highest self, whatever you want to call that. And I'm going to give you a prompt, and then I'm literally just going to give you a few seconds to jot down like the first thing that drops in, right? So you can't think about it, you can't analyze it. And here's the deal, because I know some of you aren't practiced in doing stuff like this. Don't worry about getting it right, getting it on time. If you miss one, you miss one. Totally cool, okay? The purpose here is not to be stressed. The purpose is to get whatever it is that you need to get from it. If one of my prompts doesn't resonate for you or you don't have an answer, just skip it. It's just not that big of a deal. You all know this is never about perfection. This is always about progress when you're up in my world, okay? So, okay. So we're all just going to collectively just have an intention to be extremely receptive to whatever is going to be most useful, most helpful, most nourishing to receive in the form of your own wisdom or your own guidance as we close out another year of our lives, chronologically according to the calendar, right? And as we open up into a new one. And may we all, in some way, shape, or form, be used and moved to be forces for expansion, for love, for good, for healing. So here's the first prompt, okay? You're just going to fill in the blank in your journal there, right? In 2018, I am most proud of myself for. Type it out. If you're on the Instagram story and you want to just type your answer in here, you could do that too, but I want to make sure that you have it for yourself, right? This isn't for me, this is for you. So in 2018, I'm most proud of myself for. And as a reminder, you're not thinking about this, you're just feeling it. What's the first thing that pops in? Write that down. Okay, for the next one, for 2018, I am most excited to leave behind. Fill in the blank. What are you most excited to leave behind? What gets to just stay here and not come into the new year with you? In 2018, I'm most excited to leave behind. Just take another deep breath, maybe shift around in your seat or wherever you are, take a little stretch, open yourself up a little bit more. For this next one, in 2018, something major I got through this year was. So what's something major that you moved through this year? Maybe it was a challenge or a trauma. Maybe it was a big goal that you hit. Maybe you did something you didn't think you were capable of doing. Something major I got through this year. Write that down. And remember, no thinking, no judging, no analyzing. Just put it down. Okay, the next one. In 2018, my best adventure was. This doesn't have to be a travel adventure. There's all kinds of adventures, right? So if you're just joining us, we're doing our New Year ritual. We're just dropping into our bodies. We're just listening to our own inner wisdom and guidance. And I'm walking you through some prompts that you could take later and do a much deeper ritual around yourself if you want to. And I'll tell you what to do for that later if you want. Okay, so the next one is my best connection in 2018 was. Fill in the blank on that. My best connection in 2018. This is a real life connection. My best connection in 2018 was. Okay, now this next one, you're probably really going to want to think about it. Don't do that. Just jot down on your paper or blurt out wherever you are, whatever comes first. My biggest lesson from 2018 was. My biggest lesson from 2018 was. Okay. So that covers 2018 for us, y'all. Shake it off. Just take a minute, shake it off. Right? Like literally, for those of you who know how to cut your cords, you can cut your cords if you want to, or just set the intention. And there's a replay. I see a couple people asking me if there will be a replay. There is a replay. Okay. I'm not muted, am I? No, I'm not. Okay. Okay, so now, inviting in, calling forward 2019. Okay, here are your prompts for this. For those of you who are just joining, I'm just walking you through some prompts. We're not thinking, we're not analyzing, we're just feeling into. Now we're up to the part where we're calling in things for 2019, okay? So you've got your journal and your pen, or your paper and your pen. The thing I'm most excited to embody in 2019 is. And if you've been listening to the Journey into the Wild Soul series, you understand the value of embodiment. The thing I'm most excited to embody in 2019 is, write it down. Moving on, because we're not really thinking about this. We're just taking what comes first and going with it, right? In 2019, the thing I'm most excited to try for the first time is, could be anything. In 2019, the thing I'm most excited to try for the first time is, and remember, if any of these don't resonate with you, just skip it, right? Just because I'm saying it doesn't mean you have to do it. Okay, in 2019, the thing I'm most looking forward to practicing consistently is. And again, if you've been tuning in to the Journey into the Wild Soul series, deep committed practice is a big deal. It goes a long way. Okay, in 2019, the thing I am most excited to learn is. And again, if you're just joining us, you're just connecting right in with whatever comes first, right? Not judging, not analyzing, not really thinking. Okay. Who I'd like to meet in 2019. Who would you like to meet in 2019? Now, this could be a specific person. It could be someone that you like. Someone might say, I want to meet my husband, or I want to meet my future business partner, or whatever. So it doesn't have to be a name. It could be the concept of a person who I'd like to meet in 2019. An adventure I'd like to go on in 2019. And by the way, for those of you who are in the Journey into the Wild Soul pop-up Facebook group, this is our last day. I'll archive it tomorrow. So if any of you are not in it, you can go to wildsoulmovement.com/WSM pop-up. That is for women only, that space. This ritual is for anyone, but that group is for women only. If you want to share some of your stuff, come on into the Facebook group and share it with us. Okay, and then the last prompt for calling in 2019. And then I'm going to give you some ideas of what to do with everything that just came through as you wrote things down. And we're going to pull a Wild Soul Oracle card. Okay, ready? Take a deep breath for this one. And I'm going to recommend the hand that you don't write with. Put this hand on your heart. Okay. The thing about myself that I want to fall in love with in 2019 is. The thing about myself that I want to fall in love with in 2019 is. Write that down. Okay, So those of you that have been with us since from the beginning, now you have a full list of all these prompts. We went through some closing out 2018 things. We went through some calling forward 2019 things. And if you're watching on the Instagram live, when this is over, you could just watch it from the beginning if you want to. And for the Zoom people, I'll send out this recording to you later today. And we'll post in the Journey into the Wild Soul pop-up Facebook group, which gets archived tomorrow. But here's the deal. So now you have all this wisdom, all these little things. Maybe some of them were surprising, maybe some of them weren't. And so, later on today, what I would do is whatever feels like the thing that ritualizes something for you. So what makes something feel sacred to you? Is it lighting some incense? Is it lighting a candle? Is it just like sitting down? Maybe you have an altar or a meditation cushion, or maybe there's just like a little nook in your house or a place outside in nature that you love to go to. Whatever it is, sit in your little sacred spot or light a candle or say a prayer and sit down with like everything that came through here during these prompts and have some major gratitude. So for the stuff that you were reflecting on 2018, find some gratitude in your heart and some appreciation for all of it, right? Doesn't mean you have to be like spiritual bypassing or anything like that. But, what is there about that thing, whether it was good, bad, ugly, miraculous, or amazing, that you could be grateful for? And listen, if you can't find something, you can't find something. It's fine. But if you can, it's worth it to drum up those feelings of appreciation, right? Just do a little extra reflection on that. And then with the stuff that you want to call forward in for 2019, take some time. And everyone's different. Your senses work differently, your higher senses. Whether it's you take some time actually visualizing them, or you take some time feeling into what it would be like to already be in those experiences. But this energetically is how we actually call something forward. Those of you who've been with me for a long time know I friggin' love that Rumi quote, what you seek is seeking you. And so that's what we're doing here. We're drumming up this energy to be moving towards the things and also invite them to move towards us. Okay. So that's what I suggest doing. Just take some time, and everyone's different. It might be might be a few minutes, might be an hour, maybe this ritual turns into something else. Whatever it is, whatever's going to make it feel sacred, whatever's going to make it feel super precious and meaningful and grounding for you as you move into a new year with some solid energy. Okay, so now we're going to just pull a card to wrap it up from the Wild Soul Oracle deck. And this card, you could take this as a theme for your year if you want to. I will post a picture of it. I'll post it in the Insta story along with the booklet. Or maybe not. Maybe it's just, some inspiration for the day, or maybe it doesn't resonate for you at all. As always, you all know I'm always going to invite you to choose for yourself. Okay, so what I usually do is I shuffle the cards and I let a card fall out. So the card that fell out was a miraculous home. So for those of you on the Instagram, can you see that? And for those of you on Zoom, you can see that. The mantra is kind of perfect. My life is a miracle. I am at home in myself. So I'll read you a little deeper reflection on that. There's some adorable child in the hallway outside my door. You might be able to hear them. Okay, remember, home is not a place. Home is not a place. Home is not a place. And the deeper reflection is, think of the places and people that make you feel at home. What are their qualities? And how can you conjure these within your own mind, body, and soul? So I'll read that again for those of you that are writing anything down. Think of the places and people that make you feel at home. What are their qualities? How can you conjure these within your own mind, body, and soul? So maybe that actually resonates for you as an entire theme to bring into 2019, being at home in yourself. Home not being a place, but home just being right there, which goes with the core of everything I'm always creating, which is that everything you've ever needed has always been inside of you. So I know this is a time of year where like every other post on social media is about do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. Who are you going to be in 2019? You know, maybe you just come home to yourself. That's that. Sounds simple, and it will manifest and evolve and unfold however it is appropriate for you. So that's our New Year's Eve ritual today. Power style, wild soul style. For those of you, I see many actually on here who I already know have joined us for Power 2019. And if that's you, I literally can't wait to get us started on Thursday. It is going to be amazing. For those of you who have yet to check it out, you can go to wildsoulmovement.com/power2019. And this is our year-long women's circle where I guide you through the entire arc of power. That is surrender and release, trust and receptivity, wild dreaming and desire, and love and truth. And we move our bodies through wild soul movements. We have all kinds of intentional prayers and mantras and meditations and visualizations throughout the year. We have 12 amazing guest mentors. I will be highlighting them on Instagram tomorrow. And there's just all kinds of other fun stuff depending on when you signed up. The new moon circles we're going to do on a monthly basis. This is one of the reasons why I don't make that big of a deal about the new year is because we have a new moon every month. We're literally renewing ourselves every month. We're cyclical beings, y'all. So there's a lot of exciting stuff going on in that power circle. And if you're a person who's been doing a lot of growth and healing, or someone who's been doing any kind of transformational work and you are just feeling like it hasn't worked or like you've done so much for such a little result or such a little yield, power might be the thing for you. We are efficient and effective up in here because we work through the body, because the core practice is an embodiment practice. And so it literally comes from within you. And there's few things that are as empowering as that, to realize it's not coming from me, it's not coming from the guide, but you have the support of a group, and it's literally just uncovering what's always, always, always been inside of you. But for us, it's quite hard to see ourselves and to accept even like our fullness, our brightness, and all that stuff. So, all right, y'all, that was that. Wishing you a beautiful new year, no matter where you are in the world. I hope it's amazing. And also reminding you that it's just another friggin' day of your life. Okay, have a good one.